Hi everyone, this is Francisco, and in this video I wanted to share this simple idea with everyone, and all it is pretty much like a windmill. However, instead of creating the propellers, um, you guys will instead use string. So I have the string up here, and it's all the way down here. I made it kind of long, and as you guys can see, I haven't stopped spinning, and it actually won't stop spinning. Um, it will stop once the right turns. Uh, like once the string gets so knotted. But I added 2 magnets. I mean, there's actually 4 magnets on each side. I'm sure you guys can see them. Well, the idea behind this is to place the magnets. Like, I'm thinking the same size of the circle will be the size of the magnets. And around here, we'll have the coils. And I mean, it's very difficult with this one because it has openings, so it's going to be difficult for my fan to cause it to spin. But it should spin the other way. There it is. It's headed in that direction, I believe. And I've actually seen this in wind chimes. One of my friend's neighbor had a wind chime, and I think it was a circle or a square, but every time the wind would hit it, it would spin. And even I noticed that it would spin even on low wind days. So just a little breeze will cause this to spin. And you guys can see that all it really is the string. It's pretty much like a Faraday flashlight if you guys really think about it, and it causes a light bulb to turn on. So, I mean, if you guys want your cell phones to, if you guys want your cell phones powered, or your refrigerators, or any appliance in your home, a lot of you people invested in solar panels. Well, I mean, look at this. It's been going for 4 minutes now. And it stays at the same... Oh shit, sorry, I accidentally touched it. It actually stays in the same level. Now imagine though, if the magnets were this size. I don't know if the magnets would want to face downwards or upwards, but I thought about that as well. And I have this little thing that I made. It's a little necklace, and I was thinking about maybe creating one out of this as well, just to use as a demonstration. But the coils I have a little coil in here. So the coils around this could actually have air gaps, like you guys can see there. So as to see through, and not it's not necessarily so anyone can see through it, but so that air can be permitted through it. So the wind will be allowed to enter these little um, openings, and basically I moved it. Basically, the copper will be around, and I mean, if there's winds, high winds, this thing will spin all day long. And I accidentally touched this, so I apologize for that because I wasn't really trying to touch it. But yeah, I think these things right here could be made more effectively. And I mean, imagine if it collected so much energy that if there was a like a fan source to cause it to spin for, let's say, a minute. So as to cause it to spin more rapidly. So it will spin something like that, and then the fan will shut down. But in the meantime, it will be generating electricity. So this could actually be done indoors, where there's no wind present. That, or it could be done outside, and you guys can rely on the wind to cause this thing to spin. Now, like I said, um, if obviously the wind is super high, it's going to cause this thing to hit and to blow away. But if it weighs a lot, so anyways, you guys have to experiment and build different like scales, um, build different on a different scale, small scale, medium scale, large scale, and like bigger than that. But that's why I kind of wanted to test this one so I can show you guys right now as well, because this one right here is like a rectangle. Okay, and in the back of it, I placed a quarter because I was using it as a necklace. Okay, and I created this by hand. I think I already shared a video. Um, but I think this right here will be a good example. So I'm going to create it real quick. And just like that, I created this one, and look at that. Just with the wind, it's already blowing and moving. And not just that, but remember I added the quarter to this one. So let's see. Uh, Up here, I got some magnets. These are what are they called again? Freaking magnesium magnets. Okay, so I used two on the other one over there. Hold on. See, so whoa, something else is happening because now it's not even spinning. So there must be, well, there is a magnet up here. See that? So I don't know what's causing this not to spin, but let me try to like encourage it to spin. So that would be like the theory. That it would just spin. And remember guys that remember people that I'm planning on creating the magnets like the same size as it actually is not spinning the way I thought it would. But look at, I'm gonna just blow some air on it. And look at that. And that's the idea. I don't know, like, I don't know though. It's kind of slowing down kind of fast. I think there's something else here that's causing this weird reaction. I'm gonna try to alternate these. It's still not even spinning. I think it has something to do with the quarter. It must be reacting with this other elements. I mean, it looks like copper. I mean, with the now that it has ionized slightly, that's why it turned green. So I don't know if that has a lot to do with it, or maybe just the shortness of this string. That's also possible. So there's a lot of factors. But I'm going to try putting it right on the center of the quarter to see if that makes a difference or not. And then this is not centered. I don't know if that matters though. And remember my fan's on? on high. Yeah, but that's acting strange. Like, if there is another magnet around here that's causing it to want to, you know, position itself to the same pole, the North Pole and South Pole. So it looks like that is trying to align itself to either the North Pole or South Pole. Um, which is pretty much disturbing because I expected it to spin more. Hold on. Okay, so I added the other magnets. So there's 4 and 4. I think it's just the shortness of this, honestly. But this rope is so thin. It's Coates and Clark. Um, this is this yarn here is polyester. But it looks like it's spinning more this time. Now that I added a few extra magnets. But still, you guys see that? It looks like something's stopping it. And I think it might be the quarter in there. So I think this is throwing off my experiment. So I'm gonna just put this one to the side for now. And I'm going to reuse this one. Okay, so I put it back on. And remember, this one's super long. And I did add the 4 magnets on each side now. And obviously it's not spinning, but I'm going to spin it. And this one is spinning big time. And the bottom plate is super heavy. This one is still spinning. It's spinning all by itself now with the wind. And I thought that's the result that I would have ended up with. But it's actually not. Obviously. But look at this one. It's spinning a lot. And also keep in mind that the string is longer as well. Oh yeah, and there could also be an additional string at the bottom of this with like a rock or something, or something heavy, a weight, so it won't move like that. So it won't rock back and forth, or it will just stay dead center at all times. So there's ways to do that. So see, so it's spinning the other way now. Remember, I spun it this way, and that's because I think the rope has had so many turns in that direction. Now it's going to spin the other direction. And anyway, in the wind, it will just continue to do this over and over and over. It'll spin this way and then the other way, this way and then the other way. And honestly, if it was up to me, I wouldn't want to use any type of metal. I would want to use like a plastic or something that won't interfere with the generation of electricity. Because remember, around this we're also going to have, like around this, it's going to have the copper windings, the wires for copper to generate electricity with the magnets. And I'm thinking that it requires something, because like some type of weight and something that's vertical, because I think if I were just to hang two magnets on a string, it wouldn't stay horizontal, I think. But if that is the case, then technically we could use big magnets to stay horizontal at all times. The only way I can find that out or figure that out is if I hang the magnets on like on that string or something. See, and this thing is still spinning. And I think it would spin more if the circle thing was encouraged to catch the wind. So looking at turbines, wind generators, okay, I know I said it's taking away the propellers, the windmills type of things, but on the sides it could have things to actually encourage it to spin one direction. And I think the trick here is the string. The string is what allows it to spin without, what's the word, like struggling, struggling to cause it to spin. So look, it already spun this way. Now it's going to come and spin this direction, I believe. Yeah, see that? So it's like energy. Like if I had turned it to the max, like let's say either clockwise or counterclockwise, but like on a horizontal type of way, all that energy has to go somewhere. So before it stops, it just won't stop, because especially outside, because there's constant wind that will be forcing this to spin. And anyway, if you guys want to do your own studies, your own research, I would encourage all of you to create or to buy some, either buy some wind chimes, or make your own like this, place them outside, just to see for your own studies what will work best. Obviously, I don't have the money to experiment on this stuff, and I really don't want to spend the money to experiment further. I just want to share my my discoveries or whatever. Hold on. Okay, so I actually cut this so I can get the magnets off this one, and it's still spinning. You know, it's going to continue to spin for a long time. And like I said, if it's outside, it will just spin forever. Okay, so oh yeah, look at this. So they do actually stay, um, you know, um, horizontally. I thought that they would move, but that's not the case. So now, so this is like my original idea. Just keeping magnets like this and having the coils of copper around here, kind of like a Faraday flashlight, and then also encouraging this somehow to spin. So here it goes. Ooh, that kind of stopped kind of fast. But see, now it's spinning the other direction. And it's still spinning. So if imagine it having the copper right here. Oh, now something caused it to, maybe the scissors, I don't know. Or maybe the metal up here. See, but look at that. Maybe my phone caused it to stop. And there's different types of strings as well. There's different strings. There's different types of magnets. Like this one right here. Okay. This thing is still spinning, to my surprise. See, so this is the idea. And like I said, if it has some type of way to, for the wind to encourage it to spin, then technically this thing will spin for a long time. So I don't know if it stopped right now. I don't know if it's trying. See, but I think just these little movements would cause some type of generation of electricity. See, that is spinning again now, and I'm not even like blowing air at it. I'm sincerely not. What's causing it to spin is the energy within the string. Remember I spun it earlier? Was still, trying to, um, uncoil itself in a way. So I think eventually it will stop. However, if it had a way down here to catch the wind, it just basically will never stop moving around. And that's the idea behind this, people. So technically, you guys will be able to power, a lot of things if we can somehow perfect this. And there's a lot of metal. Like this right here is metal. This up here is metal. There's a magnet here. There's a screw right here. There's sheetrock right here with a bunch of screws. Um, So it could be affecting this. I mean, if I were to do this professionally, it would be away from any type of metals that the magnet would be attracted to. I mean, it would just be the magnets and the copper coils, and they will be, basically this will be free from any type of metal contact or um, being near metal for a certain distance. Okay, and I don't know what that distance is because I haven't experimented much with this, but basically mathematically we can figure out the safest distance for each magnet cell. Okay, so just like cells, like in a battery, um, like an acid battery, you know, these can be connected in similar fashion um, with wires, like up above where no one can see. Obviously, with the copper, um, yeah, the copper windings, and the negative and positive will be up there, and then it could be connected to a battery. So, like I mean, just like this, there's one and then two, and it could go for freaking miles or whatever the case might be. But see that it's still moving around. I mean, if this was outside, some wind would be moving it. If this was under the ocean, um, the waves, the water movement would constantly cause this thing to move and to have movement as well. So, right now I'm talking about out in in you know outdoors, but this can also be experimented submerged in water, moving water, like either a river or maybe a pond or whatever, like a lake or maybe an ocean. And it's a simple um, design. Okay, it just needs something to hang on, like this. It needs some type of lasso, some type of rope, and then obviously just the magnets. Um, so I don't really know. I mean, under the ocean, this will all get corroded and stuff like that, unless it was sealed um, and protected. Okay, so the magnets can be um, protected, and the copper coils can also be what's it called uh, sealed and protected as well. And it looks like it wants to stop, um, but look at that, it's still moving. With no effort of my own. I mean, just that first spin. But like I said, people, if this is left outside, um, I've actually seen where, like, on a small scale, people are experimenting with magnets, and they create like just a slight little movement, and it actually generates electricity. Now, this can be created on a larger scale. I don't know if the weight will actually make a difference, um, but all that can be, you know, considered and experimented on further. See, and look at this one. It's not even moving anymore. That one's still moving, but look at this one. It's just it's basically it stopped moving, and that's not my idea. My idea is to have to somehow have the wind from outside to constantly move it around, just like I stated earlier. And this thing is annoyingly still moving around. And I say annoyingly because I've been recording for a while now. Oh, and by the way, I'm spraying my sticker board here because I have this sticker tattoo that I added in here on here, and I always forget to peel this off. But look at that, it's still spinning. Oh, I mean, it's still moving, it's not spinning anymore. Let me see if I can remove it. Oh no. Hmm. And this idea can change the world um, by itself on a small scale. I mean, to power small appliances like charging your phone, keeping a small light on. I mean, if it's generating electricity for a long time, it could even power your guys' gates for outside, especially like on a off grid type of home. I mean, that's the whole point of solar panels, but still. And I really don't know why when I add this, I don't know why it affects it so much. But I don't even want to get this close to it right now. Um, but maybe I should try another one, but I don't know, like I want to add well, I was thinking like something heavy like a quarter, but we kind of seen what happened with this one. But look at that, it's still moving around. And I think it will constantly like just move around because look at this one still moving around with the wind, with the fan wind. I mean, it's still moving around a little bit, side to side. So I don't know if people if this is enough to generate electricity right here by itself. I don't know if the magnets have to do a complete 360. But if this right here, this movement, um, can do the trick, that'll be great. Now, I did discuss like if you guys grab a magnet, and remember I said if there is a way to use um, low energy encouragers to cause this to spin, um, it could be done in a sequence as to produce more electricity. Okay? But like, let's say there was a device, like a like a stick with a magnet at the very tip of it, kind of like a pool stick for pool tables, and it will go in and encourage the magnet to like spin. So I mean, I don't really want to interrupt this because it's still spinning, but I want to kind of show you guys because it's gonna attract. It's gonna cause it to spin if I move this close to it. See that? See that? Right there. And that right there, if you guys can do that all day long, you guys will be producing a lot of electricity. Now, I don't know what caused it to stop right there, but look at that. I don't even have to touch it. So imagine, like I said, right? You guys have a stick. I wouldn't advise using metal. Um, but this is the idea. Like I would prefer to use like a piece of wood or something. And the idea behind it will be like I did right now, and it will pass by it so fast and away from it, maybe at the bottom or something. Oh crap. See that? So figuring out um, what would cause it to spin, um, a way that will, yeah, see, like that. So figuring out a way that will encourage it to spin, um, without so many failed attempts. So just the first try, and just look at that. I mean, um, it's spinning, and it like you guys seen earlier, it will just rock back and forth like it is now. But remember, there's still energy in the string. So if the string was longer, this thing would spin much longer as well. That's my theory, and I'm basing that on the fact that it's just going to require more energy to unwind itself. Okay? So remember the the uh, the copper coils, whatever would be like right here, and um, I mean, I would prefer, I would want this thing to not move around, but to be constantly centered on center. Okay, so figuring out a way to do that. Maybe adding more magnets will cause it to stay there. Let me see if I can find two more. Well, there's one back here, and I basically keep this right there because I can't cut myself. It's right there. But anyways, this is a razor blade. I don't want to just leave it anywhere. But I have two more magnets right here. And I want to try this to. Okay, so that's one. And then I want to put 5 and 5. Okay, so I have 5 to the right of the string and 5 to the left of the string. Now I'm gonna do this. Look at this too, like if there is another one down here or something, like moving constantly. Something like that. I'm not really sure. You guys will have to play around with this and perfect it. Oh, but it's still moving. Give me a minute. And remember, you guys see that energy? It spun this way. I mean the other way. Now it's spinning this way. But look how fast it's spinning. See, so now it exhausted those twists going this way. Now it's alternating that energy within the string. And that's exactly what I'm talking about with this idea. Okay? So if any of you are like if you guys know a lot about generating electricity and stuff like that, now imagine this outside with the wind constantly blowing at it and moving it around. It will just spin forever. It will keep moving forever, honestly. So just this energy, I think, will be enough to like power a device, cell phone, keep a little LED light on or a few, like for garden lights. Um, and if you guys think of a tube like this one, but horizontally, the top of the tube could have the hook like this with the string going down the magnet right here, and it could have like the copper windings, and it could have like a screen with a bunch of little holes, like a basket or like a screen, outside screen for the windows, so the wind will be able to go through there, and then there being like a light either down here or up above, like up here. So these things could be sold, and they can be placed in gardens, and just the wind itself and the movement of the magnet will keep that LED light on. And it could be programmed, like it could be on the timer to turn on from dusk to dawn. Yeah, and everything requires patience, just like my little tattoos that I placed on here. This was a tattoo. This one, Let's Roll, was a tattoo. This one right here, with the pit bull, was a tattoo. This dolphin was a tattoo, but I messed it up. I tried to peel it too fast. And the rest are stickers. So yeah, you guys already know it's just going to be moving around. I'm actually interested just to leave it there, just to see what will happen in the next coming days, and if I can think about anything that might be of interest to share with all of you. Anyways, I had this thought a long time ago, and right now I was just sitting right here on my chair, my thinking chair. This is where I sit down and play Halo or whatever. Um, but I just wanted to get this thought out of my mind because it's just been right now is like the top thing that I'm thinking about right now, and I hate when my thoughts start to mess with my mind. So I would prefer to release this energy to everyone because I mean maybe you guys can make it better. You know, maybe you guys have more money, or maybe you guys don't have any money, and you guys will make it work one way or the other. You know, so that would be great. You know, to power your phones or your radios or whatever the case may be or might be. But yeah, like I mean, this thing is just going to do that for a long time. But look at that, look at that, look at that energy from this magnet. Oh shit, I fucked up. Let me see. I don't know. Honestly, I'm just trying to cause it to spin again. But let me see. Let me try blowing on it. Oh, that was just the wind out of my mouth. And of course, like I said, I would prefer if it just stayed, you know, center aligned this way, because we have to remember that the coils are going to be right here, going around, looping around. So yeah, I don't know if this will work or not, but I think it's worth a shot to experiment on and to possibly perfect. Let me see real quick if I can find something. Oh, look at this. I have this Harley Davidson, um, you know, cutout, and I kind of wanted to make it into a necklace. I wanted to cut out like some plastic or some wood, and then place this in the center, and use like a router like this one, Drill Master router, and like just a little bit so I can glue this in there, and then add some epoxy or clear glue, and then with a hole through the wood, so I could try to sell it or something, and then the back will be black. But I just don't have the time and the energy and the motivation to do that type of stuff. But you guys can definitely sell these things, right? Try your luck because my luck sucks. But I'm gonna place this so the wind can catch this and cause it to spin, hopefully. Alright. So, I don't see the wind, the fan, encouraging this thing to spin at all. But maybe I can put in this little loop right here. And hopefully it will spin because of the fan. And remember, people, that this is metal right here, so it might affect the way that it spins. Whoa. Well, it's not moving much. Let me try encouraging it to move. See, now it doesn't even want to spin for some reason with the cardboard. Well, you guys seen earlier that without this it was spinning like crazily, like uncontrollably. Look at that, it just stopped. It's not even spinning anymore. I think it has to do something with the air dynamics. The wind dynamics with the piece of wood here, cardboard, cardstock, whatever it is. Okay, so let's see how this reacts now. I think that metal up there is affecting it, or maybe this metal, something, or even the magnets inside of the fan. But look at that. I'm actually gonna sit down because I'm getting kind of tired. So I can see that it's attracted to something over here. I just don't know what it is, but There's just too much elements in here in my bedroom for me to make a accurate judgment, because there's a TV here. There's a TV, there's metal over here, there's cameras, there's metal over there, and metal right there. My phone, the fan, so I think that's throwing it off. I would have to be in somewhere where there will be less metal around. But it's behaving like it was when it was over here, right behind me, um, where it would just move. But right now it has the presence of the fan, so it's moving a little bit more. It's behaving a little bit more differently, I think. I just seen it spin, I think. It looks like one of the magnets is actually drawn to the fan. You guys see that? It because it kind of stays in the same area. And I would have to like paint them a blue and a red uh, for the representation of north and south to make better judgments. But see right there, it seems like it's drawn towards the ceiling fan. Just slightly. again, I don't know if just that movement right there would generate electricity, or like I said, if it would require a 360 complete revolution um, for it to generate electricity. But either way, it's moving. I mean, the way I can picture it is like a bigger disc, or um, the magnets to be. Well, I don't know. I think that's a good size. I think that this is a good representation. I would have to just keep it or place it outside on a windy day to see if it will spin. And I think also another thing that's super important is the design of the magnets, because I have some other magnets. Oh, actually, I think this is just metal right here. Yeah, it is. But even though I don't want to use metal, but these are some other magnets that I have right here. See that? They're kind of weak. But look at this other magnet I have. This magnet has a little point to it. See that? So, you know, we can create different types of designs for this to catch the wind, for it to catch some type of wind to cause it to spin. Um, I want to try placing um, these two pieces of metal, even though I don't want to use metal. But I'll never know if this will work if I don't experiment. So let's see what will happen now. Two pieces of metal. I mean, will they catch the wind or not? And I think honestly, this string, I think this string is too small. I think I want to try a longer string. So this time I made the string longer. Now it goes from there all the way down here. And for the fun of it, I left this the rope yarn thing, whatever, the sewing thing in place. And look at that. So the other one was like only to like right here. Now this one is to right here. Yeah, maybe the wind is affecting it like super much, like super a lot, like drastically, like abundantly. Like substantially. Uh-oh, it stopped. Yeah, I don't really like how it's not spinning. I would envision it spinning forever. Um, I'm gonna change my design. I'm gonna put these in the sensor, and I'm gonna cut this off. Oh, check this out, guys. Remember I told you guys about the energy? Oh, look at that. I removed the magnets, and you see how it like curled up like that, and it was spinning uncontrollably, like a lot. See that, like that? See that? So let's check this out now. With the metal. That thing is definitely spinning. See what I told you guys? Um, the longer the thread, the more it will spin. So, I mean, this string right here could be 200 feet up, 300 feet up, 500 feet up, 1,000 feet up. You know, I mean, it's all through research and development that we're going to be able to perfect this idea. See this? And it doesn't have any wind wind turbine blades. It's just the energy from the string. And look at all these revolutions we have. So you guys do the math. If you guys think that you can get more output, more energy than would be required to power this thing to keep it moving, then you guys will be golden. You guys will be able to generate positive energy and not break even and not lose electricity, power. And that's the whole idea behind this. Obviously, for any generator out there. See, so what's causing it to spin is the turns in the string. And it's kind of like one of those toys that you crank. You keep on cranking and cranking and cranking and cranking and cranking and cranking. And then it will uncoil itself, uncrank itself. So that's the same idea with this. But like I said, the key is that this string could be miles up. There is no limit to how high the altitude this string could be. Um, and I mean, there's a lot of other factors that we can play with. Hey, but even if it doesn't work, this will be like a cool little toy. If you guys can add something to it, maybe like a little fish, a little fishy, or a little bird, or an airplane, something. So, what do you people think is happening right here? It's either the string tension is attempting to balance out vertically, right? Or like this, it's trying to eventually stop, but is prevented by the wind, I think, and by the energy and the tension that might still be on the string itself, and possibly the repulsion from the magnets. Because if I remove this right now, the string would just spin. Watch. I'll demonstrate that right now with all of you. So look at this. I wish I could record it all the way so you guys can see. Okay, now I'm going to remove this magnet. And look at that. And you see that tension? It curled up. Okay, now it's straight. Okay, so now I just removed those metal things and I left it just with the magnet itself, 5 on each side of the string. I mean, even if you guys have a windmill and if you guys were to blow on a windmill, it will only spin like 5 times and then it will stop. Look how many times this thing is spinning. Well, you guys get the hints. You guys get the point. Um, uh, and I mean, if you guys, like I said, if you guys can somehow get this to spin this way so many times, see that? I mean, this thing is spinning so fast. It's incredible how fast it's spinning. See, and there's no stopping this. Once it spins, and you guys can spin it in one direction for a lot of times until like the the string begins to create these like these things, like it'll get wrinkled up. See, right now there's just I mean, there's still room for me to spin the crap out of it using my own energy. See that? And I can do this over and over and over. See that? See that? It's beginning to create these little things, these little knots. Within the string. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the energy that this will use to to spin the other direction. Okay? So right now it wants to go the other way now because there's more energy that it basically wants to go the other way now because right now it's like there's a force like pushing a car, or putting a car on neutral on a hill. It will want to go down naturally. Kind of like water. Water takes the path of least resistance. In this scenario as well. And I mean, we could spin this forever. And see, the more we spin it, the more of these coils we're gonna get. See that? See, but what's keeping it straight is the weight of the magnet. See, but I could spin it until the magnet is like up here, and this is getting all crazy up here. So that's the science behind this, people. Now let's watch this for a little bit before I end this video. Now, honestly, I don't even know how fast it's spinning right now, but this thing is spinning super, super fast. I mean, it looks like a circle as I'm recording it. It is. I mean, you guys can't even see the magnets anymore. And look how fast it's going. That's way faster than a windmill. And I have noticed that if it gets spun a lot, it will either go up or down a little bit, slightly. But that's the great thing about the copper windings, because they could be placed horizontally from down here all the way up. See, so it's spinning the other direction now. Well, anyways, guys, you guys already know the story here. Eventually, It'll probably end up stopping like it was over here. Um, but if I come up with anything new, I will make sure to keep all of you posted. And if any of you, um, you know, do this experiment, please share your ideas and your thoughts with everyone else. And hopefully, we can create like a forum or something for all of us to communicate on a professional level. And, you know, solely on that and not anything else. Over and out.